Ladies and gentlemen, now it's Too Late with Alan Mosley.
Welcome back. Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of It's Too Late. I am your host, Alan Mosley, joined as always by the number one producer in late night. It's Dave Wolomowski. Dave! Dave, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Doing good. Yeah, feeling great. Been extra busy around the house. Spring cleaning, I think it's in the air. We were talking about this before the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like purge. It's time to purge.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel good about it. It's a weird satisfaction to throw things away, right? Like you tell yourself, there's all these things that you save that you tell yourself, oh, you don't know when I'm going to need that. This is something that's important. I'd better save this because I'm going to want to look back at this someday. But the thing is that when you dig stuff out that is exactly where you had left it like 10 years ago, that's how you know you didn't need it. You know what I mean? Because if there was at any point in that decade, if you had said, "Oh, I really wanted to look at that," no, you didn't. You lying son of a bitch. No. So throw it all away. Throw it all away. It's crazy. I mean, you know me. I don't really hold on to a lot of stuff, and I've still thrown away 3 of those huge contractor-sized bags of just mass. I don't know how to explain it. It's trash, I guess. I don't know, but just stuff is gone. And it feels feels liberating. It does.
That's how I feel like with the family here. It's like no matter what it is, because you have mass. That's how I think of it. Stuff coming into the house, you've got to watch that in out. You got to have as much leaving as coming in. Hopefully a little more. I don't care if it's garbage. Just stuff has to leave.
I used to have this attitude of I wanted to be so streamlined that, like, if I got a call tomorrow, it's like, "Hey, Alan, big news. You know, this is my agent, Ryan." So Ryan gives us a call, and Ryan's like, "Hey, big news, guys. It's too late. It's going prime time. So we're replacing Jimmy Kimmel. But you guys, we're going to need you in LA, Thursday night." Then I would be able to leave here, and all of my possessions I could put in my vehicle in one trip, and I'm gone, and no one would ever know. Like I was never here. That's how. That's the level I want to be. And like I can't move like my mattress, like my I've got some furniture that I can't move, but everything else I could put in my car and drive away right now, and I wouldn't. But here's I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it because like you could tell yourself you could bargain and think of, well, if I only had the van, what would I take with me? And I guess for you it'd be like your spawn and your
family
spouse, and that's taking up a lot of the room in that van.
I know.
That's ridiculous.
I don't want him to leave the Xbox.
And they're all going to want to take their own stuff, but this is your van, so they can enter the van, but the rest of the space is just Dave's space. So just keep that in mind for here in a few weeks. When it's time for the 8th annual It's Too Late live show, coming to you Saturday, May 16th. Oh my God, in 22 days, Dave.
Slow down.
We're going to be sitting down and regretting our decisions but together instead of separately, but together.
Yeah.
At the Riverbend Ranch and Retreat. But you can get your tickets. Their link is down in the show notes. It's over there in chat. If you can make it, that's great. Going to be a live show. Going to have a bunch of great food. It's going to be just an awesome place. Awesome retreat for us to just hang out and unwind. Just enjoy nature and company and the peace and quiet. Also, there's going to be live music this year. Really excited for that. But if you can make it, great. Get your tickets. If you can't make it, consider clicking on that link, and there's a little spot on there where you can click on. It says donations. You go in there, and you just up the quantity to $9.99. Just see what happens. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen anyway?
Yeah.
The way I see it is like you like the midterms are coming up, and you think about it. Half of all the people that run are going to win. But half of them are going to lose. And the half that lost are going to spend like $100 million.
Yeah.
And for what? For what? What? For nothing. Just
burn
nothing.
It.
Yeah.
Might as well send it here.
And so you could either donate that money to some lizard person, or you could donate it to us. And I mean, we're
going to do something with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to do something. We're going to do something with it. So anyway, Dave, did you see all that news about this whole SPLC indictment, the Southern Poverty Law Center stuff where,
did come across my feed today.
So, which is so funny, just as a quick aside, my good friend, Michael Bolden, who is the director and founder of the 10th Amendment Center, he's actually on the SPLC website for being like for being a hater. They have a bio of him as like as a racist and white nationalist and all this other stuff, and that he runs this far right organization called the 10th Amendment Center and all that stuff. So he's been on there. That's been like a feather in his cap for years, that, and like Rachel Maddow had done a whole special on it about like, ooh, look at these crazy racists who believe in, rights and stuff. And so that organization has been indicted because it turns out that first of all, they were operating with like hundreds of millions of dollars, like hundreds of millions. And I don't mean like 102. I mean like it's close to like $1 billion is like their operating capital. This like nonprofit that's supposed to be like, fact checking and promoting civil rights. I mean, that they're not, but that's what they say they're doing. Operating with like $1 billion. So that's the first thing that this is all BS, because every organization that I know of that's like, we try to help our community and promote, education. Dude, all those people are broke. They're all broke. None of them have any money. How did these people get $1 billion? So it turns out that not only were they operating with this huge amount of money, but they were doing it to actually fund a bunch of hate organizations and false flag operations around the country, so that they would they're creating their own boogeyman in order to fight and in order to smear their political opponents. And I'll give you one just tasty little example. Do you remember that whole Charlottesville thing and there was like that whole rally of those supposed white nationalists and like Trump, they tried torches. They had the tiki torches, and Trump was talking about how, some very fine folks, and they were like, oh, they're racist and they're Nazis, and I
remember that,
because the capital of fascism is Charlotte, North Carolina. But anyway, and all of these people just appear out of nowhere. So like the whole thing always seemed, A, it always seemed shady. B, they blew it out of proportion anyway. And C, it's like, how did these things get put together? Alex Jones, of all people, all the way back when this happened. What year did that happen? I forget. It was like 2015 or 16, whatever that happened. Alex Jones, of all people, had done a piece where he said that Charlottesville, like imagine, like in your mind's eye, imagine Alex Jones for this. Charlottesville was actually an operation that was financed by the SPLC to manufacture a false flag hate crime march in order to stow division between the left and the right. And of course, everyone said that he was crazy, and like there's posts of him on Reddit, like, and all the cucky libtard soy boys are all talking about how Alex Jones should be banned from social media and all that stuff. Oh my God, he was right. Another quarter in the Alex Jones was right jar. Just boop, pop that right in there. But actually, that is one. That was actually one on the list in the indictment. That was one of the many. They had given money to members of the KKK to go on marches. Yes, this actually happened. This is it. So I just have a couple of thoughts about this before we move on, because I know that's like kind of like that's like a breaking news thing going on right now that has nothing to do with the rest of tonight's episode, but I felt like we ought to talk about it. The first point I want to bring up is that right now you have some of the best and brightest among us, some of the most creative and artistic and intellectual and philosophical and inventive and religious and whatever sphere of influence they're in. Some of the best people among us right now are doing podcasts for basically their friends who pay them, $5 a month. And yeah. And so those people are making less money than they would make to just go grill fries at McDonald's, right? Mm-hmm. And while they're doing that, you have these just total shills these completely manufactured opposition, these fake right-wingers, these people who are a caricature, they're what the left think the right is in their minds. But you don't actually know of anyone who subscribes to them. You know what I'm talking about? Like people who seem like they're popular and they have all these views, but you're like, but I don't actually know anyone who follows them. Isn't that weird? Those people were getting paid 6 and 7 figures to spew their nonsense by a leftist organization. I don't know what to say about that. It's more just I'll just let that breathe. You can kind of take for it what you want. And the second thing that I want to point out is that there's a saying, I forget who the quote is from, but there's the quote that the biggest enemy to any true right-wing movement is the conservative. Conservatives are the biggest enemy to any truly right-wing movement. Because if it were truly right-wing, if it were truly distinctly different than the ever-going march towards leftist progressivism, then the conservatives would step in and say, oh, no, you can't do that. We have to play by the rules. We have to conserve our traditions and our cultures. And our tradition and culture is that, we drive the speed limit towards socialism as opposed to over the speed limit. Oh, no, you can't prosecute the people that want you dead and want your kids raped. No, you can't do that. You can't deport 100 million illegal immigrants that are raping your daughters and stealing your homes. No, you can't do that, because that would, that we don't want to be called bad words by people that hate us. So let's not do that. That's conservatism right there. This whole SPLC indictment thing, this is the, I don't know what's the opposite of a silver lining. Here's like the glass half empty way of looking at it. This is going to give all the boomer conservatives an excuse, right? Like they're going to be able to say that everything wrong in the world is because of, these shills and grifters, and it was actually the left, you guys. It was the SPLC that was funding all these crackpots, and now we're going to get them, and that's going to stick it to the left, which is going to do nothing to the left. Like, okay, you just silenced one of their guns. They'll just go to a different one. That's all you did. You just slowed them down for like 5 minutes. But you didn't actually affect any positive change. You didn't actually move the needle to the right. You just indicted the SPLC and then pack it up, boys. We're a conservative Christian nation once again. No. That's going to make them all feel like they deserve a pat on the back, like they've defeated communism. And then that's going to be it. Which, by the way, even in this vacuum, even in this one just like little talking point, it's not enough to indict the SPLC. It's not enough to look at like where the money went. It's just like with everything. You've got to completely burn it all down and salt the earth where it stood. You have to take everyone involved, and they've got to die in prison. That's how you would stop it, right? Like if you don't want them to just start another one tomorrow, then the way you prevent that is you go hard. Like it's like oh no, if you do this, then you die alone in prison. That's what happens to you. And that's what's going to happen to all of you from now on who cross us. That's it. That's what right wing is. Whatever this is, where Kash Patel, which by the way, if you have someone whose name is Kash Patel running anything, then you've already lost the plot. But you have Kash Patel doing victory laps because they have an indictment for the SPLC because they gave some money to whatever. Which, by the way, no conversation about illicit funds changing hands behind the scenes in order to pursue interests that are not exclusively those of America and Americans. You cannot seriously have that conversation and also be on the side of hashtag I stand with Israel and, you know, greatest ally and all that stuff. Because you'll notice these are a lot of the same people. A lot of the same people taking victory laps today are also the same people that you won't catch them dead doing anything to stop any of that crap. So anyway, don't get me wrong. LOL. I hope they rot in hell. Like, that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Like, if you want to take a victory lap because they're just faggots, that's fine. But that's fine. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that's the first step. That's the first step. The next dozens of steps is now tie, you know, concrete to all these people and drop them in the ocean. That's the next step. Yeah. And if you don't do the second step, the first step was meaningless. That's what I'm getting at. Hey Dave.
Yes, Alan.
What time is it?
It's time for meme of the week. Go. I did
but
not
why
see that
though?
Coming. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we do have a bonus meme. Check out the bonus meme.
Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, Brian, who's been fat since birth, was tired of being made fun of at the community pool. So when it came time to hit the water, Brian devised a plan to keep his upper body covered. Now today, the Onion News Network has more on that fat little boy's big fat discovery.
A supersized welcome to you, my friend Brian. That shirt shielded you from the ridicule of others. It made them completely unaware of your oversized stomach and a pair of floppy breasts. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
What kind of names were these kids calling you at the pool?
Meathead, Fatso, Wide Butt, Wally the Whale.
Porky, Hog, Fat Ass, Double Wide, Butterball, those sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, wait till the 8th annual live events gets here. There's gonna be some of that going on. We're gonna be doing some bullying. We're gonna be doing some bullying. Yeah, absolutely. It's the only way you correct people's behavior. Mm-hmm. It's just how you do it. Let's answer some viewer mail.
Try to get people to come to the event.
Yeah, well, if you want to bully others or be bullied,
oh, there we go.
Come to the.
This is the opportunity.
Maybe a little both. Who knows? Brooke Atkinson writes, "Dear Alan and Dave, what is the most shallow thing you would get into a fist fight over?" Something shallow, Dave. What's something that grinds your gears that's shallow?
So literally, like, I'm too old to get in a fist fight. My gosh, go to jail. Could lose my job, my insurance. It couldn't be that shallow. So I guess the shallowest would be like touch my kid. I don't know.
Wow. It's not very shallow.
I know, but that's about as shallow as I go. I couldn't think of anything that would actually get me that riled up. I'm pretty.
I don't know. I feel like you're sending the wrong message because the message you're trying to convey is it would take something serious, but the message you are conveying is touching your kid is shallow. That's what. That's. I don't know. I don't know about you. Let's.
Yeah, I missed the mark with that one.
Yeah, we'll talk that out here in a few weeks. All right. Aaron Kittner writes, "Dear Alan." Oh, I guess I didn't answer the question. What Aaron Kittner writes, "Dear Alan and Dave, what is the best terrible movie you have as a guilty pleasure?" You got one of those movies that you know it's bad, but it just you enjoy it.
Pretty much any Ernest movie, like Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Saves Christmas. Those are fun.
Yeah.
They're pretty bad. Ernest Goes to Camp, classic.
Yeah, I could see that. See, I don't know. See, that's tough because it's like they knew they weren't making an Academy Award winner when they made it. They made it to be what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little goofy.
So,
a little goofy.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The best terrible movie I have as a guilty pleasure. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a movie snob, but to be honest, I don't watch a lot of movies anymore because it's just they're so long now. You gotta sit down for like 3 hours and just yeah. And I'm not one of these people that starts watching something and then stops and it comes back. If I'm gonna start it, I'm gonna sit down and watch the whole thing. Or I'm not gonna watch it. So I don't know. I do a lot more TV episodes. Like I can watch an episode. You know, I don't have to watch a film anymore. And also they just suck. They're all just fake and gay. That's another reason why I don't watch movies anymore. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if one crosses my mind, I'll let you know. Gary Dockster writes, Dear Alan and Dave, if you had big time athletic talent, what position would you play in professional football? Dave,
what do you mean?
Tomorrow's the draft. Tomorrow's the NFL draft. Dave, you're getting drafted. First overall, what position you playing?
I always wanted to be a linebacker, you know, a defensive back. Like I could, but when I was in school, I was bigger. I took up a lot of space, so I was on the line, both sides. But I always wanted to be that guy because they seem like they're the ones that they got all the tackles, they got all the glory. People would be afraid of you, like, oh no, he's coming at you. Comes Dave. Yeah, that's what I go for. Oh,
you like you play for both sides, huh?
I went to a small high school. I was offense, defense, special teams. They just ran the whole game. Not
okay. Yeah. Gary, the answer is kicker.
Oh.
I want to be what did this Brandon Aubrey guy just get paid? He's Dallas's kicker. He's like the best kicker in the NFL. Yeah, he just signed a 4-year, $28 million extension, which is crazy for a kicker, but also he is the best kicker in the NFL. What the hell? The hell is all this? Dude, if I can get paid for 4 years, $28 million, to not get CTE.
There's that, yeah.
Yeah. See, you're just gonna die. You're gonna play O-line and D. You're dead. It's over for you.
I'm gonna take a lot of people with me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Junior Seau was like 42 or something when he died. So you're already past life expectancy. Mm-hmm. So you think about that. Yeah. Yeah. Kickers are white guys. Thanks. Thank you.
He's keeping us updated.
Okay. Oh, I see. White guys can't be DPs. Well, there's that guy that plays for the Eagles. It's white. He's a DB. So
what's his name?
Philly McWhite guy. It's his name. And Cooper DeJean. Boom. Yes.
Oh,
got him. Yeah, my brain still works. It still works. All right. Speak of the devil, Ryan Seifert writes, Dear Alan and Dave, are you guys worried about the impact that It's Too Late might have on your social credit score? Wow. Dave is worried about a fist fight losing him his job. He wasn't even thinking about this.
No, I didn't really think about it. I think that's not worried. Didn't really think of it. I try to walk a fine line. I try to keep a buffer where I'm just kind of hanging out with my friend Alan here, just helping out for a little bit until he finds a producer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not really part of the show.
I mean, I definitely don't think that in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that what you do on the show is going to be the determining factor. I think it's like all that raping you were doing.
Man.
I could see where that might.
Do that.
Yeah. You don't have to. I don't know. Well, I mean, look at it this way, Ryan. On the one hand, everything about me has been public for so many years at this point that it's like, what am I going to do? Stop?
You really turned a new leaf.
Yeah, you can't it's so boomer to be like, oh, we'll just quit and then this will go away. No, it won't. It's everywhere. It's out there
Forever and ever.
On the other hand, it did take me almost a year to get a new job. So that's something to think about if you're deciding to start a podcast where you say, I said faggot earlier, so I might be in trouble. Not supposed to say that. The second one was just the first one was performative. The second one was educational. So, yep. Justin Campbell writes, Dear Alan and Dave, whole 2% or 1% milk. If you say skim, you lose your man card. What kind of milk do y'all do?
The house, we do 2%. Yeah, I when I started doing that keto thing, I stopped really drinking any milk at all. And now I found that when I do drink it, it upsets my tummy. So I really don't drink that often, but I do prefer a higher fat content because fat's a good thing. I don't think it's a negative.
Mm-hmm. I mean, consuming fat is good. Being fat is very bad.
Yeah.
And you heard that whole list of names we're going to call you here in a few weeks if you're fat. So just keep that in mind. If I was gonna have milk, it would be whole milk, because it's like, dude, who are you kidding? You know what I mean? Like, I have the same attitude for people who are like, oh, I'm gonna have a Diet Coke. I'm like, kill yourself. What are you talking about? You're putting that poison in your body. So just if you're someone who doesn't normally drink like a soft drink, and you're at the old fountain shop and you're gonna have a Coca-Cola, just get a goddamn Coke, dude. Like, no one cares. It's fine. You'll be okay. With that said, I don't drink milk. No, not really. I used to be, when I was younger, like especially when I was in school and stuff, I was a big cereal guy. Like, that's just a meal. I just get a bowl of cereal. And then, I realized that's not good. That's just you might as well just eat ice cream. You know what I mean? Like,
same thing.
if you're eating one of those big, like, platter-sized bowls filled to the brim with, like, Frosted Flakes or Cheerios or Cocoa Pebbles, and then you're pouring, like, half a gallon of milk in there and eating it, just go get a banana split. Just go get a sundae.
We can't eat like that anymore.
No, can't eat like that anymore. We don't want to have our feet amputated. So
very real.
Yeah, because I won't.
Danger.
I'm dying with mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ever see that movie Lonesome Dove? Remember in Lonesome Dove where the Robert Duvall character, he got shot by an arrow, and then it took him a long time to get it addressed, and then like his leg was decaying, and then they took too long to cut it off, and so they were like, well, even if we cut it off now, he's probably gonna die. But then he was telling the dude, he's like, well, I'm not going to be a one-legged corpse. I'm going to keep... That's me. I'm just going to die. That's the right thing. If you're injured in such a way that you can't address it at home, it's the right thing to do to expire. Why leave your family with all those medical bills and stuff? Just go away. So... I don't know if this is the right message to send when we're trying to get people to give us money. But you have all that money to give us because you're not spending it on the medical expenses. So, and you're going to be gone soon because that scratch has gotten infected. So,
not going to do you any good.
Brooks says, Alan still hasn't answered my question. What was the most shallow thing you would get into a fist fight over?
I mean, you could really use your imagination with Alan.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Just fit anything into the blank that's something I don't like. Like every time that I've said that I don't like to repeat myself, and then Dave's like, what? Me and Dave get into a fist fight after the show every time. In the parking lot, we throw down every single time. He thinks it's funny. I don't.
It's all in good fun.
I would fist fight the teen that kept propositioning my stepmom.
That's very specific.
And Ryan says troons. I don't know what the context of that is. That's something shallow that I would get in a fist fight over, is troons. No, I don't.
He's an ally, so
yeah. I don't think it's really necessary to fist fight troons. I mean, there's a pretty high statistical probability they're going to kill themselves if you just wait it out. So, yeah, something to consider. Finally, last question. Mary Lynn Wilomowski writes, Dear Alan and Dave, did Mary get those tickets?
I'll have to check. She hasn't gotten back to me on it.
All right. Well,
I assume she did.
File that ammunition away in case you don't like the question. When you're overwhelmed by the amount of things that need done, do you rage and get busy checking things off your list, or do you freak out and shut down, leading to nothing getting done?
I'm a rage cleaner. I think people think, like, I don't always rage clean. I lock in. Like, I am in task mode. Like, if you ever played The Sims, I have these bubbles of all these things, and every time I look in a new direction, another bubble appears. So that's my whole train of thought. There's nothing else going on. Are you mad at me? No, I'm in task mode, and this is getting done. Yeah, she locks up. She shuts down. You can hear the windows do 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 do. She goes sit.
It's something about I don't know. It's something about just the social decay that we're in. That your two analogies were, if you've ever played The Sims and Mary's window shuts down. That's
blue screens.
Yeah. This video is going to be viewed by archaeologists, you know, hundreds of years from now. Yeah, he's like, dude. I mean, like, they're already going to barely be able to understand. Like, they'll speak English, but not be able to understand what we're saying. You know what I mean? Just like in the same way that if we were talking to someone from, like, England in the 17th century, we'd be like, dude, I don't know what you're saying. So they're already going to be having to deal with that. And now you've given them a bunch of words that they can't parse. So, I don't know. Mary, don't just freak out and shut down. Just look, you've got two options. You can make things better or you can make things worse.
That's right.
So
you're always moving forward or backwards.
So just pick one.
I mean,
I guess Dave would say pick forward, but just pick one. It's fine.
Just be happy with what you chose.
Yeah.
I like my favorite saying was the motivation comes with the doing. If you just start doing something, you will be motivated to continue. It's just that starting that's the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people get like sudden bursts of inspiration to, you know, create something or work on something or do something. And then they feel good about themselves for having done it. But then they have a hard time like recreating that scenario.
Yeah.
But it's because you have the good that you feel from having accomplished something has to outweigh the
discomfort,
the discomfort and the lethargy from trying to get going. It's very similar to living a healthy lifestyle. It's like the how good you feel and how good you feel when you look good and when you can get out and be active and feel good, that confidence, that good has to be more good than like eating nachos. Yeah. Because you think that that's something that you want, but then you don't feel good. And that's crazy. And I'm not judging you, because look at me. Look at me. You know, like, I know. But as someone who's been on both sides, I can tell you, it's like, man, when you're doing good, you feel good. But that feeling of good has to outweigh the desire for things that then leave you feeling bad.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This I don't know, this went somewhere I didn't expect.
I don't even know where it started. What was the question?
I don't know.
Oh,
we haven't
cleaning.
even done the main segment. Yeah. Well, we started the show with cleaning, and now we've somehow gotten back to it. Remember?
Cleaning time.
Yeah. So you could have. Yeah. So anyway, Mary, let's get those tickets. You know? Just saying. All right. Before we completely blow through the entire show, oh my God, look at this. There is yet another article written by yours truly that's come out this very day. Take a look at it right here. My latest article, the Palantir Manifesto, which you can find over at the Libertarian Institute. Now, the inspiration for this, by the way, which I'm going to get to a little bit later in the article, but Alex Karp, who's the CEO of Palantir, had posted basically what amounts to a 22-point kind of summary of the main things that are talked about in his book, The Technological Republic. And some of them may, on the surface, sound good or even preferable, but I absolutely assure you that it's only going to lead us to man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. So to kick off the article here, the Palantir Manifesto, an authoritarian nightmare, is cloaked in technocratic altruism in the Technological Republic. Wow. Palantir CEO Alex Karp's new book, The Technological Republic, is a clarion call for Silicon Valley to abandon its consumer trinkets and rush headlong into the arms of the military-industrial complex. He talks about wielding hard power through technology, arming soldiers, AI weaponry, mass surveillance systems, rather than relying on soft influence demonstrated by free markets and liberty first principles. Now, the book claims that the survival of the American experiment depends on the technological revitalization of the military-industrial complex. Imagine that. We could have our cake and eat it too, you guys, if we just gave even more money to the military-industrial complex. It's like that meme of the guy who's mining and he's just one slither away from all the diamonds. We just had to give a little bit more. Jesus Christ. And he urges the country's engineering talent to focus on national defense. Karp and his co-author argue that tech bros should grow up and start killing America's enemies before they kill us.
Wow, what a psycho.
Okay, so first of all, who are America's enemies? I'm not being facetious. Seriously, right now, who is America's enemies?
I don't know. Who have we bombed recently? I guess they.
Oh, so we've already been doing the thing, and we're still doing. Oh,
it's kind
that's
of
interesting.
What came first?
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Yeah, the chicken or the javelin missile. This techno-militarism dressed up as patriotic duty presumes that concentration of power in the state and its corporate allies, which, by the way, isn't there a word for that, is not only desirable but morally required. In other words, the book is far from a roadmap back to a prosperous America. It is a blueprint for a high-tech Leviathan. By the way, the book was reviewed in its entirety back in January by the Institute's own Laurie Calhoun. Karp's willingness to aid the regime in its most notorious activities at home and abroad is not because, quote, he is more ingenious or better formed than the competition. It's because he appears to be completely devoid of scruples.
Oh.
The Palantir X account posted a 22-point breakdown. Look at, boy, that's a tweet right there. That's a tweet right there. Back in my day, we called those twitlongers.
Ah.
Yeah, look at that. That's a lot of text.
That's a wall.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to pause really quick because I have to ban this stupid faggot that's over in YouTube. But there's a guy over YouTube right now that just said Alex Karp is absolutely right. Without Palantir, you would have been occupied by communists. Oh, so things would be perfectly fine with Palantir, but if not, then, oh my goodness, then the communists would win. No, not now. Jesus fucking Christ. What a dumb son of a bitch. So first of all, Palantir is relatively new. I mean, the dawn of the AI age is relatively new. By the way, before I clicked ban, he said, change the lives of so many individual investors made us millions. Ah, there it is. He's worried about creating value for the shareholders, you guys.
Well, that's important.
Yes.
That is important.
Jesus Christ. I bet that guy's going to vote for Ed Galbraith in Kentucky 4. That's the guy. That guy is the guy who's going to vote.
He donated.
Yeah.
Some of his Palantir money.
It's going to be like 72,400 votes to 1. It's that guy. Jesus fucking Christ. I actually have the tweet, by the way, pulled up on my other monitor just to kind of go through it. The article kind of goes through it, so I don't really feel the need to do that. But Jesus, like, some of the stuff that's in here is out of this world. So he starts off by saying that the tech industry owes a moral debt to the country. He scolds tech engineers for nurturing consumer-centric apps and free email services instead of focusing on what Karp sees as their true obligation, which is building the state's war machine. It's like, first of all, yeah. So first of all, you say that as if like Lockheed Martin doesn't already exist.
Yeah, there's.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we just need another defense contractor. If we just, my goodness. By the way, the book's theme of military service doesn't stop at the tech industry. He said, quote, national service should be a universal duty, arguing that America should, quote, move away from an all-volunteer force. He's for conscription. He's for the draft. He wants mandatory military service. It's true that he does suggest, his reasoning is that the country he thinks will be less likely to go to war if everyone has skin in the game. But we know from, like 5 seconds of reading any history book ever, the children of the political and financially well-connected have never borne the same responsibility as the common man's sons when a draft was required. Ever, 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 ever. Yeah. So, look at this guy. Palantir caught Osama bin Laden. No, it did not. So, that's like, this is literally, yeah, this is literally talking points straight out of fucking Mark Levin. Like, holy shit. Somehow we, they helped the U.S. Army in Afghanistan against jihadis. Why was the U.S. Army in Afghanistan? I don't know. Of course, it always bears repeating, by the way. This is one of those like preaching to the choir type moments, but I think sometimes it's good to preach to the choir. Conscription is slavery. You might recall war is mass murder, conscription is slavery, taxation is robbery. Thank you, Murray Rothbard.
Boom.
Look at that pretty background for that. It is. For that quote. Soothing. Yeah. Yeah, CIA asset Osama bin Laden. It's like, yeah, CIA foils CIA terror plot.
The help of Palantir.
Far from being fresh ideas, the same boogeyman tactics are employed in Karp's argument have always been to mobilize a nation. In this case, the external enemies are the AI-enhanced posse of China, Russia, and Iran. That's a quote, by the way, that comes from him. According to Alex Karp, we need to be spending more money forcing everyone into the military and developing AI weapons so that we can fight China, Russia, and Iran. How about we just don't destroy the world in nuclear Armageddon?
It'd be nice if that was an option.
Yeah, wouldn't it? There's another point in his pledge where he says, if a U.S. Marine asks for a better rifle, we should build it. And the same goes for software. Oh my God. Once again, what we need to do is just give in to every single whim of the Pentagon. That's what we need to do. Like, this guy is literally if George W. Bush was smart enough to develop software. That's literally what this guy is. But bloated federal budgets, especially the Pentagon's, exist to justify their own largesse and demand more. In practice, the technological republic would turn a blind eye to decades of waste, fraud, and abuse in favor of committing American taxpayers to bankrolling endless defense contracts. By the way, it should not escape notice that Palantir's own business is building the very military tools that they argue should be beyond public debate. So a few other things, because we're running short on time here. Throughout his book, by the way, he espouses this paternalistic tone. All of this just reeks of, I know better than you. Let me take care of the country for you. Ordinary people are infantilized consumers who need guidance from a technocratic elite. Beyond the praise for billionaire visionaries like Elon Musk, Karp implies that entrepreneurial success is possible despite of, rather than as a result of, the free market. As such, private industries deemed critical to the nation's interests should be remade into the image of a national project. Isn't there a word for that? This position arrives at centralization as the panacea without a moment's pause to question just how free the nation's free market has truly been under the political and economic centralization that already exists. What's more, as new industries become nationalized, how long will it be until we're told, under the weight of centralized mismanagement, that they are too big to fail? It's just a matter of time. For those nursing fears of a digital and surveillance prison being constructed by the megalomaniacal tech bro, the company behind the book offers little respite. To the contrary, Palantir is far from a neutral observer. It has built many of the systems it now glorifies, and its own track record is rife with abuses. Palantir software underpins ICE's deportation force, combing through social media and medical data to target immigrants. However, obviously, all of those programs can and will be turned on you. In 2025, Amnesty International warned that Palantir's Immigration OS platform enables constant mass monitoring, surveillance, and assessments of people, often for the purpose of targeting non-U.S. citizens. Even if one is in favor of the immigration policy on display during this administration, it is the height of naivete to believe that these tools will not someday be turned on Americans. Palantir is even helping the IRS build an unprecedented, quote, mega database of civilian data, a surveillance nightmare that could break privacy laws and enable politically motivated spying. In other words, the tech Alex Karp champions being used against Americans has already passed from plausible future to chilling present. By the way, it's not in my article because it literally dropped in the news today. They also just got another $300 million contract with the federal government to work with the USDA to keep track of our food. So they have all your financial data. They can target you via taxes, via the IRS. You can just be audited one day because Palantir has you flagged. They also have everyone's biometrics. They know your face, they know your name, they know your location, they know your family, they know your background and history, and now they also are in control of agriculture. Isn't that swell? Anyway, for all the bluster about defending Western values, Palantir's political posturing reveals its true tribalism. The company took out a full-page ad in the New York Times claiming it, quote, stands with Israel. Of course they did. You fucking know it. You fucking know they did. Wow. They've even held a board meeting in Tel Aviv. Critics have decried Palantir for its alleged complicity in war crimes, equipping the Israelis with surveillance and targeting tools it has used against Palestinians in Gaza amid accusations of apartheid and genocide. They're accused of those things because they do it, by the way. I don't know if you... Yeah. Dave is doing his best Israeli impression.
Killed a few journalists.
Yeah. If Israel's national interests and America's national interests do not align, then how can Palantir be trusted to pursue the latter over the former? Hell, we can't even trust our president to do that. Alex Karp's technological republic is sold as a patriotic wake-up call, but its prescriptions amount to the very opposite of a free society. It calls for compulsory service, a merger of state and corporate power, and the surrender of individual choice to the dictates of a technocratic elite. Their vision? War as a software project and culture as a pet project of the powerful would leave little room for individual rights or market freedom. Two things the company already fails to consider in its diagnosis of the nation's ills. In the end, this manifesto is a cautionary tale of ideology cloaked in technobabble. The rhetoric of defending the West and saving civilization may sound noble, but the methods are anything but. History is replete with the grim realities of sacrificing liberty for security and trusting leaders to provide what they claim the market cannot.
Do we have... Sit down.
What are you looking for?
Oh, that'd just be...
What are you doing?
Work?
What are you doing?
For that. All right.
Looking for what?
Applause.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that one down there. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That kind of made it awkward.
Let's wrap up the show before any more boomer retarded faggots join the chat.
All right.
If you're enjoying tonight's show, consider supporting the program by becoming a member of our Patreon. That's over at patreon.com/Alan Mosley. Like our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Alan Mosley TV, unless you're a boomer. You can follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Alan Mosley TV. They don't even know how to log into that. And subscribe to our YouTube page. It's youtube.com/Alan Mosley TV. But if you're more of a listener than a watcher, you can get us on our favorite podcasting platform of choice. Thanks to Spotify. It's Too Late, or Alan Mosley TV. Don't forget to get your tickets for the 8th annual It's Too Late live show, coming to you Saturday, May 16th at the Riverbend Ranch and Retreat. Whew.
Yeah.
God, that place is beautiful. I cannot wait to be there.
It looks like the opening scene of a TV show. I don't know.
Yeah.
A wonderful sitcom or something.
Yeah.
It's a happy place.
It is going to be a happy place. I'm very much looking forward to it. Dave, do you have a final thought?
Great article again. I really didn't know that much about Palantir to begin with, so it's nice to be caught up. And it's terrifying. Yeah, they really want to do all the things that I've been afraid of happening.
It is. They literally sound like, like a comic book villain. Yeah. And the guy looks like one too. If you've seen him. He does. He looks like that guy.
Yeah.
You,
Cackling all the time.
Dave and I discussed this before the show started, and I have to be really like, I have to be careful with my words here, but like, if a small piece of metal traveling at a really high speed, like a few thousand feet per second, imagine, were to hit him in the head, then all of the money and power that they've accrued wouldn't save him. I think that's
Interesting thought.
yeah. And I know what you're thinking, but he'll just be replaced by another one. It's like, yeah, but there's so many of those little pieces of metal flying at thousands of feet per second that, like, we can do it again. Shit. Yeah. I don't know. It's just food for thought. I don't know. If you want the non-censored version of that statement, you got to get your tickets to the event, because boy,
it's gonna be a big show.
Oh, it's gonna be a really big show. The live show is not gonna be recorded. You have to be there to see it. And oh, could you imagine what me and Dave are gonna say, knowing that there's no camera? My goodness. It's gonna be something.
I'm gonna say it.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. After party? Not for that, but you know.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of It's Too Late, and we will see you next week. No, I meant you're going to say that at the live show, not in the after party. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be dope. I can't wait. The glass half full is it's gonna be a great time. Glass half empty is it's already been another year. You know what I mean?